Hey, Antonio. Good morning. How are you?
Hey, I'm good and yourself?
Great.
So the New York Auto Show is going on. What trends are you seeing at this year's show?
Well, at this year's show, there's lots of trends. Many of them are continuing trends, such as the popularity of SUVs. We're seeing a lot of performance cars, and we're seeing luxury cars as well as electric cars, and sometimes a combination of all those things. Like, for example, the Jaguar I-Pace is electric and it's high performance. There's also plug-in electric cars. There's also exotics from Maserati. There's the Levante, which has a new one-of-one series, means you can customize it. The Kia Telluride is also here, and that's a big full-size SUV from Kia, 3 rows of seating. It's not really a luxury brand per se. People don't think of Kia that way, but the interior is really nice. So again, people still like SUVs, and that's continuing to be a thing here in New York.
I definitely had a chance to check out the Telluride, and it's really impressive
It's great,
for
right?
what you get.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Can you share any of the big reveals?
Yeah, some of the cars that we're seeing for the first time here in New York include cars like the Shelby GT500. Now, we did see this in Detroit, but New Yorkers are getting their first look at this car in person. The Porsche 911 Speedster is another one, $275,000. Also, the Kia Stinger GTS. We're here in the Kia booth at New York. That's a high-performance version, high-performance look, and some features for the Stinger. It has a drift mode. It has a unique color, so that the way that it works is if you select drift mode, even if you have an all-wheel drive car, it behaves more like a rear-wheel drive car, and that's kind of like its enhanced performance. They're only going to make a certain amount, and you get a unique color.
Kia is really on the roll, and
They
I'm
are,
really
yeah.
impressed with the Stinger as well.
Yeah, it's a great car on its own. Now this one is kind of takes it the next level. Personally, I like the one that's this like gray color when you get the red brake calipers. That's really cool. I drove one for a short time and got so many questions and compliments on it. They did a great job with that car, but here in New York, they have kind of a special edition, let's just say.
So what's the coolest thing you've seen so far?
I think the coolest thing I've seen is, if you've been following this for a while, you know they used to do crazy concept cars, right? Back in the day, 80s, 90s, into the 2000s, and even way back into the 50s. But that kind of went away. Here in New York, I'm happy to say there have been some cool concepts. One of them is behind me. That's the Kia Habanero. It's a little bit of a play on words. It's like the Kia Niro, but Haba like a spicy pepper. It's a futuristic concept that has these doors that open up and out. They call them butterfly doors. It probably won't make it to a production car, but it sure is cool to look at. The interior is this bright red. It's electric, it's all-wheel drive, and it has this cool biometric kind of feature where the car can sense your mood and adjust the interior ambient cabin to your liking, just based on your mood. It also has something else where it can read where your eyes are looking and open up the right feature, say a panoramic rear view camera, based on what the car thinks you're looking for because it senses where your eyes are pointed. It's kind of cool, right?
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
From the pictures, it looks like a great concept, and
Yeah.
they're really stepping outside of the box with that one.
Yeah, I'm glad they're doing concepts like this because it's just fun. It's what makes coming to the auto show, like special. If there's no cars like this, well, I can just go down the street, but this kind of thing really brings people, and it really shows you what the future of cars will look like and what the future of that company might look like.
With any automakers there, are there any special technologies that have stood out at any of the presentations that they've talked about?
Well, the habanero is the biggest one where it has that thing where it senses your mood. There are others where it can read your facial expressions and see if you're getting drowsy, those kinds of things. That's kind of going to be the next big step. It's just this thing called biometrics, which basically is like, it could be anything from reading your thumbprint to scanning your eyes, sensing your body language, noticing if you're in distress or not. That's the kind of thing that's sort of the next level technology. We already have forward collision warning, we already have forward collision prevention, we already have lane departure. Those things are beginning to make their way into lesser and lesser expensive cars. So the next big thing is like, how do you interact with the car, and at what point is it just automated?
And I guess my last question is, where can viewers go for more information?
Well, you can go to autotrader.com, but also I think if you want to see more about this technology we're talking about, go to kia.com. They have something right there about the high-performance Stinger, but also this habanero concept, which is really cool and kind of very forward-thinking in terms of where the automobile is headed.
Brian, it's always a pleasure to speak to you, and I can't wait to share this with my readers.
Great. Thank you so much.
Take care.